Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kelly from Rosebud Art and Soul Designs, and I'm happy that you guys are here. Today we are unboxing May's SketchBox, and we're going to be unpacking some of the goodies, and we're going to be discussing the materials, and we're going to be testing out the materials together. So whether you're a beginner or an experienced artist, I hope you take this creative journey with me today. If you like art tutorials, tips, or paint parties, or just learning about art supplies, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and hit the notification button. Let's get unboxing. Alright guys, welcome. So this is my sketchbox for May. So we're going to unbox it and see what goodies are actually inside. So when you get the sketchbox, it comes like this, nice and wrapped. And you're just going to pull it all out, make life much easier. Oh, this is cute. It comes with a mini palette. Look how cute that is. That's adorable. It comes with a palette knife. It comes with an oil painting book. This is cute. This is fun. As always, it comes with a booklet to let you know about the supplies, and it always gives you a little tutorial on how to use the supplies inside. Then it comes with, I believe these are going to be oil paint, water-based oil, mixable oil colors. Alright, so we're going to be experimental. It comes with a sticker, and it actually came with a second palette knife. So it came with a smaller palette, a wider palette knife, so a wider palette knife, and then it came like this skinny palette knife. This looks like fun. I'm going to unbox everything and then we're going to test everything out. So we're back. So I'm just reading about what these actually are. So they're a water-based mixable oil color. So it actually says 3 feelings of paint in one: an oil, acrylic, and watercolor. So they are rich colors, they are fast drying, they are matte, and they are waterproof finish. So, which is pretty cool that they were able to incorporate all 3 types of paints into one type of paint. Because typically you have 3 different types of paint. You have oil paint. So oil paint is made out of oil, right? You have oil mixed in with the pigment. And with the oil paint, it doesn't dry as fast as acrylic paint. So acrylic paint is more water-based. So if you have something like this, it's more has water-based and it dries pretty fast. And of course, then you have watercolor paints, which come in a palette that you use water to activate. You don't need water to activate acrylic paint, and you normally don't need water to activate oil pastels, not oil pastels, oil paint, I'm sorry. So it's pretty cool to see what they got going on here, and they come with 5 colors. So we have a white, a primary yellow, a orange, a verdinian, and a romantic purple. So this is like more of a kind of a teal color. And in the book step-by-step that they give you, it teaches you guys how to mix the colors and just how to use the palette knife for palette knife painting. So palette knife painting basically is, you can't really see because it's clear. Here's the mini palette that they give you. So when you use palette knife and you do a palette knife painting, it's really more abstract. So when oil paint, you normally need a lot more. With this, we're just testing it out. So I'm putting a little bit, hoping that a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just putting literally less than a pea size on the palette. Also, the palette is so tiny, it's so cute. You can mix colors. So if you need like a green, I'm sure you can make this looks more green than it does teal. And you have this purple. So let's say, for example, I want to make, so here's a palette knife. So with the palette knife, typically you take a color, you move it, and you always put it on the other side. So let's say if I want to make this color lighter. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and then I'm going to go into this one, I'm going to take a little bit of white, and then I'm just going to mix this together. And then you can see, I'm going to bring it closer to you guys. As you're mixing it, the color is getting a little bit lighter. And now with palette painting, what you would do is you would just take that all and you would scrape that up. And again, it's very abstract. You just take it, you put pressure down, and you scrape it across. And you could scrape it down like this. And that's palette knife painting, which is pretty cool. You can wipe it down onto a paper towel. Then you have other colors as well. They always say like this one might be more for mixing, but again, you guys can put this down. Since purple and yellow are complementary colors, I'm going to put them next to each other, knowing that they look good together. And you go from here and you just start creating what you want to create using the colors. So you can go do a circular motion if you want. And you can see this is oil painting paper, so it's more like a canvas on just used as paper, and you can see that there's texture, which is pretty cool. Again, you could mix colors. So if I need like a brown, I could take the green and the orange and I can mix that together. I don't have enough orange here. We'll try that more, a little bit like that. And that will make like a brownish color or a darker green color. And again, I would just take all that and I will just scrape that up. And you can see it's giving me a different shape as I'm scraping. I have more color on this side. I might want to scrape. So this is fun if you have kids who want to learn how to do painting. You give them a palette knife. This is the darker purple, so this is before I mixed it with the white. You get them paint. So I normally would give acrylic paint on a paper plate, and the kids can grab some palette knives and you can do this. It's also great if you want to give some texture to your paper. So if you have like a painting and you want to give it some oomph to it. But that's basically palette knife painting. Can you use paintbrushes with this? Of course. So I have this paintbrush that I was just using. So again, I'm trying to see what kind of paint this is. So it has watercolor in it. So I'm guessing it could act like a watercolor too. So that's pretty cool. And then let me see if I take up the dry, let me get this purple here. So this purple doesn't have anything really added to it. And it goes on like acrylic because you can tell the difference. So the difference is I added water to this, so it's pretty smooth. Whereas no water, it goes on dry, like a dry brush. So I feel like this is more like a gouache mix with watercolor or acrylic, more acrylic paint. So gouache is also pretty. It's like watercolor and acrylic paint had a baby. But I feel like this is a little bit more in it. I don't know how it would be oil paint since I do see it drying down a lot faster, but it does say it's fast drying. So you can see where it's not shiny, how fast it actually dried. So this was fun, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Again, if you like art tips, tutorials, paint parties, or just learning about materials, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button on this page. Have a great day, everybody.